give me a wave, give me a hello if you are on. It's saying there are 5 people online. So we've got Ikram, we've got Tim. Anybody else who wishes to say hi before we start, that would be great. I'm not going to stay on for long, guys, because I appreciate, thanks for the like. I appreciate that it is Thursday evening. The weather is glorious. You're probably sat outside enjoying some nice food, a glass of wine, whatever it is. And you don't want to be listening to me ramble. So, Athol, good evening. If you just want to watch this back, then give me a hashtag replay. Or if you are watching this back, give me a hashtag replay. If you are on live, give me a hello and we'll see how we go. Because tonight, what I'm going to talk about, quite simply, Jonathan, good evening. How are we doing? Good evening, Athol. Good to see you. We're going to talk about motivation. We're going to talk about willpower. We're going to talk about procrastination, which are all problems with the mind. Now, most guys that I speak to, who I know, and I've been there myself, we say we lack motivation. We're going to overcome that. Yeah, it's not going to be fixed like that, but we're going to overcome how we can do it. We're going to talk about willpower, because again, you will blame willpower. I haven't got the willpower. My willpower let me down. Yeah, we're going to overcome that. And then lastly, we're going to talk about procrastination. There's no slides tonight. It's not a presentation. It's me talking here, telling you a few quick things about how you can overcome lack of motivation, beat your lack of willpower, and stop procrastinating. And they are tips, guides, tricks, hacks, strategies, and you've got to go away and you've got to do them. Yeah, you've got to do them. So there's no quick fix. Like with anything, there's no quick fix with this. And I've got 15 to 20 minutes because the weather's still nice. I want to enjoy it, and I want to go and spend some more time with my lovely wife. Okay, I've had a great evening, and I'm going to finish it off in style. So, without further ado, motivation. What is motivation? And we class motivation as a thing. We label it. And we give it this label and we put it inside this box and we say, I'm lacking motivation. No worry, David, no worry. Hopefully you had a good walk. Yeah, we talk about motivation and I'm lacking motivation. Now, motivation isn't a thing. It's not a thing. It doesn't exist, so to speak. Yeah, and the word motivation comes from the word motive. And the word motive is to do, yeah, a reason. We're talking about a reason here. You know, if someone killed someone, and what's the motive? Yeah, what's the reason why they did it? So whatever it is you're looking to do, what is the reason why you're doing it? And we've got to get an understanding of this first. Yeah, what is the reason why you're wanting to do it? So if I want to lose weight. If I want to, and I was having a chat with Athol about this today, if I want to lose weight and I don't really have a big burning desire stroke reason why, then I'm not really going to work hard to lose the weight. If you're in a relatively comfortable position right now and it's not impacting on you, but you want to lose half a stone, you might get round to it at some point, but it's not strong enough to overcome some of the hurdles that you're facing, perhaps. So if you're lacking motivation, it's because you haven't generated a big enough reason why. Simple as that. Yeah, you've not created enough desire within yourself to do the thing that you keep telling yourself that you want to do. And we're going to test this now, because I want you to think, and I want you to take part in this little exercise and experiment. And I might have used this before with you because it's just a great experiment. I want you to think about something you really enjoy doing. Whether it be playing on the PlayStation, whether it be running around with the kids in the park, whether it be taking your dogs for a walk, whether it be going walking in the sunshine, whether it be drinking beer, whatever it is, going to a pub, beer garden and watching your favourite football team on the big screen. I don't know because I'm not you. But whatever it is that you really enjoy doing, around the golf, whatever it is. Now, tell me you struggle to get up and do that thing. Whether it's playing the guitar, whatever, game of poker with your mates. Do you struggle? Do you ever go, I can't be arsed? going playing golf. I love playing golf, but I can't be arsed. Fishing, whatever. Chances are, unless it's extreme circumstances, the chances are no. You don't ever struggle to go and do it. Because you've got that desire, you've got that reason why. The reason why is you love doing it. The desire is that it's your favourite thing. So you don't struggle for motivation. You tell yourself you can't go to the gym or you can't go out for a walk and you can't get your steps in. But you can sit there and watch fucking Netflix and watch a movie. And then when you get the urge, fancy a drink. Yeah, okay. You go and get a bottle of wine, you go and get a beer out the fridge, whatever it is, you go and get some biscuits. You had the motivation to go and get the beer or the glass of wine. So why not have the motivation to get up and go for the walk? You've got the motivation to go and do something. You've got the energy to go get off your ass and go to the fridge or to the garage to get a beer. But you haven't got the motivation to walk around the block a couple of times. Why? Because the desire's not there. It's got nothing to do with motivation. You create your own motivation. That's the thing you've got to understand. And right, you create the motivation, so the question is, how do you do it? You create the motivation by gaining a vision of what the benefits are of the thing you're trying to do. So if you're telling yourself that you want to get out and do some exercise, you want to do some core exercises, you want to do whatever it is, what's the benefit? What's the payoff for doing the thing you don't want to do? I hate doing slides. When it comes to presentations and workshops and stuff like that, I hate sitting in front of the computer and building the slideshows. Pisses me right off. Hate it. But I realise that if I don't do it, I can't afford to pay somebody else right now. But if I don't do it, I don't get to do these presentations. I don't get to present in front of people. And I like standing up in front of camera and presenting things to people. So I envisage the presentation as my reward for doing the slides. And I see the slides as a necessary evil for doing the thing that I want to do. Yeah? So doing some exercise might be the thing you have to do to have the fitness and energy to play around with the kids. To take the kids to the swimming pool. To kick the football around with them. To take the dogs for a walk. To go cycling with your friends when they're all cycling and you can't go. Losing weight could be the fact that you're going on a bungee jump. There's a wedding. Have you ever always found it easier to lose weight when there's a deadline or there's a reason why? There's a suit you've got to get into for a wedding. Now, weddings mainly one you use with chicks, but you get the drift. There's an event. Maybe you're going on holiday with your mates for a 20-year reunion of some stag do you went on. You lose weight because you want to look good on the beach. You want to look good in front of your mates. You don't want to be the beach whale that everybody else is looking and laughing at. So you lose the weight. There's a reason why. Now you've got to tap into that reason why. You've got to, if it means sitting down, thinking about it and writing it down, envisaging it, then you do it. A lot of the work I do, I don't like doing. So I've got this vision board. Crazy little vision board. I printed it off and I put this on my wall. It's got blue tack on. Yeah, it's got sticky blue tack on. That goes on my wall. These are the things I enjoy doing. These are the things I want to do. This is the reason why I make the money I make. This is the reason why I work for myself, because working for yourself is fucking hard sometimes. It's thankless. A lot of hours. But these are the reasons why I'm doing it. So that vision keeps me going. I mentioned rewards. You've got to give yourself a reward. When I do this thing, I'm going to reward myself with whatever it is. Yeah, I had a big project to do. If I got the project done in time, I was going hill walking today. I was going to go into the lakes. It's a glorious day. Absolutely glorious day. I was going to drive up to the lakes and do the thing. Guess what? I didn't get it done in time. So I didn't take my reward. If I'd have got it done, my reward was going for the walk. I didn't get the thing done. So I had to spend today time on my project that I want to do and I've had to forgo the reward. So I set myself a deadline, I set myself a reward. I didn't achieve it, so I didn't give myself the reward. So don't set yourself rewards, and then if you don't do the thing, take the reward anyway. Because all you're doing there is rewarding failing. So when you succeed, when you achieve your aim, when you achieve your task, whatever it is, give yourself a reward. Whether it's a new pair of jeans, a new watch, I don't know, a weekend away with the missus, whatever it is, give yourself a reward. Have a prize at the end that you're going to give yourself, because we're all competitive. We're all competitive to some level, whether you're competing against yourself or you're competing against other people. If you have that reward at the end and you feel as though you've achieved something because you've got a prize for it, don't think of it as a treat. It's not a treat. We treat dogs. Yeah? Don't treat yourself. It's just a present, a reward, a gift, whatever you want. And then the last one, really, on motivation is accountability. I like accountability. I'm good at holding myself accountable. But I prefer it when I've got the accountability of others. So if I know somebody's expecting something of me, I will work and do what it takes to get that job done. Whether, if I had a bet with somebody, a bet's a classic one. One of the guys who's working on the programme now, Zach, he's got a £1,000 bet to lose a certain amount of weight in a certain amount of time. He's got a bet. So he's holding his own feet to the fire. So he's using his peer group as his accountability. He's got me as his coach. So I'm going to hold him accountable as well. And he's set himself a deadline with the bet. By this date, I will be this weight, round there and thereabouts, or else I'm going to give somebody some money. Yeah, so he's used his peer group, he's used deadlines, he's used a coach. They're the three main ones. Yeah, so for motivation, you've got to understand what it is, what the desire is. You've got to attach the benefits you get from doing the task that you don't want to do, that you can't motivate yourself for. Losing weight, go and do some exercise, whatever it is. Attach the benefits to that activity. Give yourself rewards for little milestones along the way, and get other people to hold you accountable. Set little deadlines, which are milestones along the way. And then if that doesn't work, or you want some advice, support, guidance, whatever, get yourself a coach. Doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't have to be me. Some people choose me, some people choose other people. Yeah, perfectly reasonable, perfectly happy with that. Some people just don't get on with me. It's about relationships. I was having a chat with the guy called John who I work with. Went for a walk last night. Yeah, it's all about relationships. If you get on with a person, if you like them, if you have rapport with them, then they'll be a good coach. Right, so that's motivation. Any questions on motivation? Feel free to comment below. Feel free to ask me. What's your biggest takeaway from that? What are you going to take away from that, what we've just talked about, before I move on, and you're going to apply and you're going to work on? Which bits do you think there will help you with your motivation? Because it doesn't get much more complicated than that, guys. There's more to it, but I haven't got the time to go into that. So hopefully, let me know below what will help you with that. Because I'm going to swiftly move on to willpower now. Yeah, willpower's not real either. It's made up in the mind. Yep. It's attached to discipline. Discipline is a skill. It's a skill you learn over time by doing the reps over and over and over again. I remember when I first joined the army when I was 16 years old. I used to have to make the bed every day. Hospital corners, counter pain, ironed, everything. And they made us do it every day. They made us shave every day. I was 16-year-old at the time. I didn't need to shave. We shaved every day. Why? Discipline. Built up discipline every single day. And we attached punishment to that discipline as well. Press-ups, sit-ups, runs, show parades late at night. Made it uncomfortable. And that built up willpower. Now, I'm not saying that you need to give yourself a re-parade at 2 o'clock in the morning, or you need to make your bed every day, or shave every day, whatever it is. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you build up your discipline by doing the thing you don't want to do all the time, as much as you can. Reps, 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 reps. I've got a boxing bout in 11 weeks' time. I've hired a coach. He's going to train me 4 times a week. I've got to show up for those meetings 4 times a week. Discipline. I've got to do the work he assigns me to do, because he'll know if I don't do it. If I turn up not able to move because I'm wooden and stuff, he'll know I've not been doing my footwork, I've not been doing my homework. So I'm going to have the discipline to do it because it's part of that accountability piece which comes into motivation. So how do we make willpower easier? Right, let's imagine it is real. Let's imagine willpower is real. Imagine it's a battery. So if you're looking at your phone and you see your battery, you get up in the morning, your willpower's at 100%. Every time you make a decision, you're draining the battery. So it drops from 100 and the percentage goes down throughout the day. And you ever wonder why you give up most at night? It's because you've used all your willpower up making decisions during the day. The more decisions you have to make, the more distracted you get, the more willpower you get drained or gets drained. And therefore at night, when you're bored, when you've switched off, when you've got nothing else to do, when you're tired and your willpower's at its least, you snap. You snap and you go for the beer, you go for the chocolate, you go for the biscuits, you go for the thing you told yourself that you weren't going to have. You then feel like a failure because you've done something you said you weren't going to do, and then you go, oh, fuck it, and then you cream in some more. And that circle, that vicious circle continues. It's a continuous loop. Feedback, negative feedback loop all the time until you get to the point where you go, do you know what, I won't even bother trying because I can never succeed. If that sounds familiar, give me a like. Yeah, not the fact that you like it, but if it sounds familiar and if it sounds like you, let me know. So, this battery, how do we maintain our battery level throughout the day? Well, first and foremost, you've got to make less decisions. Yeah, you've got to make less decisions. Now, that's not just a case of making no decision. You've obviously got to make a decision, but the more you can take away from your thought process in your mind, you know, the better you will be. You see these guys, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg. I'm not asking you to be Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg, but they wear the same top all the time. They wear the same trousers all the time. The film Fly, your man wore the same jacket all the time. Because there's no decision fatigue. You just got up, put the same thing on, decision fatigue disappears. So program your day. Plan your day best you can. The night before, Tim's on the call. One of the big things we keep working on with Tim is plan tomorrow today. Plan tomorrow today. All the time. It's a daily habit which he ticks off every day. Plan tomorrow today. I've got my book here. I've got my book. I open it up. That's today. Planned. That was from last night. Yeah, so that's my time, and those are my blocks. Planned. Every day. Does it always go to plan? No, it doesn't. But even if I get 60-70% that goes to plan, that's a lot of decisions I'm not having to make. Yeah, what am I having for my food? Done. Planned. What am I doing with these meetings? Done. Planned. They're on Zoom. What we're doing in the evening? Done. Planned. Take away the decisions. Yeah, the more you can do that, the better you will be. Develop strategies. Next one. Okay, develop strategies. If such and such happens, then I will do this. Yeah, if I go into the kitchen after 8:30 at night, you can buy them off, mate. I got this one. This is this. You can buy them. Just type in planners, daily planners or whatever. There's a gazillion of them. I'm not telling you which one is best. I've got this one called Mission Ready High Performance. This is mainly for fit pros, fitness professionals. It's designed for us as fitness professionals, but you just need a notebook, realistically. Full Focus Plan is a good one. Journals, jotters, get them on Amazon. Cheaper the better. Couple of quid. So develop strategies. If I go into the kitchen at 9 o'clock at night, I will stay away from the fridge. Nice. That's a simple one. Yep. If I go into the kitchen, I won't go into the sticky cupboard. So plan your little strategies. If you've got the thing that you know that happens, that's a negative that takes you away from your goal. Thanks for those people joining us, by the way, much appreciated. If you've got that thing, then if that starts to happen, have a strategy. If I start to feel hungry and start go rummaging around in the cupboards and I don't want to, I've got a four question strategy. Yeah, 4-question strategy. And I ask myself, am I hungry? Do I really want that thing? Yes or no? And then I reaffirm it. Is that true? Do you really want that thing? Yes or no? When you eat that thing, how's it going to make you feel? Immediately after. And then how is that eating that thing going to help your progress? Those 4 questions I ask myself when I'm about to go in and eat something in the kitchen all the time. That's my strategy. 1, it slows me down. 2, it makes me think. And 3, it gives me an opportunity to stall. It creates space, and the more space I create, the more chance I've got of saying no. Nice to see you, John. Thanks for your time if you've just got in from work. You can watch this back on replay. Right, and the last one is I blackmail myself. I blackmail myself. Yeah, and what I mean by that is I tell myself that if I do something that I shouldn't, then I can't have the thing that I want. Yep, so if I give in and I eat something I don't want to eat, then I can't have the food that I want tomorrow. Say, for instance, because I program in a burger night or whatever. Yeah, I try not to eliminate anything. So I'm going to have a burger night on Friday night. If I fuck it up on Wednesday night and eat something I shouldn't have, or drink something I shouldn't drink, then I take away my burger night. And I'm quite, I tell the people about this, and they hold me accountable. It's that peer group. I tell my coach, if I ate something I shouldn't have had, well, you can't have your burger then, Gaz. Okay. And I hold myself to it because I understand the way the brain works. And it's taken me ages to get to that position. Don't think that I've just fucking clicked like this and like a robot I can change. And you'll change and it'll work. It requires practice, it requires discipline, it requires repetition over and over and over again. Sometimes you'll win, sometimes you'll lose. So willpower. I set structure and routine and I follow it the best I can. If I don't get it right, I work at it. Yeah. I develop strategies. So if things go wrong and I put myself in a position I don't want to be in, then I've got strategies. It's like a little tool bag that I carry around. Think of it like your bat belt. Yeah. And something goes wrong and you've got parts of your bat belt that you can fucking pull out and utilize. And then I blackmail myself. Yeah. I hold myself to account and I blackmail myself. Right. Procrastination. Last one again. Let me know. Out of willpower. What is it you're going to practice to increase your willpower? We're going to move on to procrastination. Procrastination is an emotional behavior. This thing is real. Yep. And the more you procrastinate, the better you get at it. Go figure that one out. Yep. So the more you procrastinate, the better you get at procrastinating, which is an awful thought. It's like anything else. The more you do it, the better you get at it. But studies and science has shown that if you can break that, your amygdala at the front of your brain, at the front of your cortex, your neural cortex. Yeah, John Rollins is a pro. I'm pretty good myself, mate. I won't say I'm pro level, but I'm pretty good. But you can break that in about 8 weeks of practice. Yeah, you can break it in 8 weeks of practice. And we're emotional beings. So if it's an emotional behaviour and we're emotional beings, then we're bound to do it. We're going to do it. It's like saying don't get angry. I had a fucking frying pan that nearly went across the room on Saturday because I fucked up my blueberry muffins, my blueberry pancakes that I was looking forward to on my birthday. I fucked them up. Pan nearly went across the room because I was pissed off and emotional. I became a 5-year-old child again. Within seconds. We have emotions. You're going to be emotional. Don't beat yourself up over it. Yeah, but we can minimize it. Understand that your emotional brain is programmed to be negative. Keeps you alive. Don't fucking step in the road whilst there's cars coming. Don't push that big red button. Something nasty is going to happen. Don't go into that cave because that saber-toothed tiger is going to eat you. Stay away from that spider because it's going to bite you. You've seen arachnophobia. Yeah, your brain's programmed to be negative to keep you alive. So the more you procrastinate, the better you get at procrastinating. The more negative you are, the better you get at it. So we can change it, though. You can change your brain structure. First and foremost, don't beat yourself up. I've already said that. Yeah. Rule number one, do not beat yourself up. There are enough people in this world willing to put you down. Don't add to the list. Cut yourself some fucking slack. You are human. You are human. You are going to mess up. You, me, everybody. Think of the most perfect person you know. Think of the most perfect person you know, and they fuck up. Their shit smells. Yeah, their shit smells. They're not perfect. So get rid of perfection. Perfection is the enemy of progress. All you're simply trying to do, if you're overweight, if you've got no energy, if you're tired, if you're lethargic, if you're negative all the time, if you're unfit, all you're simply trying to do is get better. You're not trying to become an Olympic athlete. The question is, John, do you? Do you learn from it? Yeah? Do you learn from it, or do you just keep burying your head in the sand and making the same decision over and over and over again, expecting a different response? Yeah, you are not alone. This is why I'm trying to build this community. Bunch of blokes, 40 plus, simply want to get better. You want to get a bit fitter, you want to get healthier, you want to live longer, you want to enjoy the benefits that come with that. So why do you do it at work and not in life? Shouldn't that be the other way around? I'm playing devil's advocate here, and I'm using John as an example here. And thank you very much for your input, John. It is appreciated. Shouldn't that be the other way around? Because at the moment you're living to work, not working to live. You're putting all your effort into work. You're putting all your discipline into work. You're putting all your efforts into that. It gives you a wage, but they'll drop you like a fucking bad hanky the moment they can. I spent 24 years in the army. I was married to the army. I literally was. If you cut me, I bleed these colours. Yeah, and my wife will tell you that I would volunteer for shit, which I didn't need to volunteer for because I was married to the service. In 2012, I got a letter from the army saying that my service was no longer required because I'm deaf in my left ear. Yeah, I'm deaf in my left ear. They were getting rid of me. I've had enough. They've had enough of me. Service is no longer required. I don't meet the standards anymore. And I was like, can't get rid of me. I fucking do all this stuff. My boss pulled me to one side and said, you're just a line on a spreadsheet, Gaz. And from that moment I learned that I fought it, I won. Because was deaf and not allowed to go anywhere. I've been to Afghanistan twice, I've been to Iraq, I've been to the Falklands, I've been to Jordan, I've been to Cyprus. I'd spent more time out of the UK than in the UK. But long story short, I stayed in. But from that moment on, I was fucking looking after myself and my family. Because I knew that the work wasn't the important thing. And when I'm fucking burned out and stressed and fucking dying of hypertension because I'm chronically depressed from work, they're not giving a shit. They put me on a sick and fucking hire somebody else. Yeah, thanks very much. Your patience. Patience is a virtue. It's a skill. Got to practice it. What's the alternative? Yeah, it's another thing that I've got loads of training on patience, David. Loads of training on patience. I'm a master at being patient. So don't try to be perfect. Yeah, don't try to be perfect. Don't beat yourself up. Procrastination. And lastly, control your environment. Most procrastination comes from doing the thing you don't want to do because you don't have motivation. So these things are linked. These things are tied in. Yeah, I'm sat on the sofa watching Netflix. I want to go out for a run. I want to go out for a walk. I'll put it off until tomorrow. Because you sat on the sofa, which is comfy. You're watching TV, which you're interested in. And you've got a distraction. You've got a reason why. You've got a get out clause. Control your environment. Put the fucking control of the TV away. Go and do what it is you need to do. Set yourself that reward. When I go for my walk and I come back, I can watch that Netflix program. Set yourself standards. I'm watching Mandalorian at the moment. I don't know if you've seen it. I love it. Can't get enough of it. But I set myself one a night. That's it. There's no fucking watching these things. You know, next episode starts in 10 seconds. How convenient. Oh, I'll just watch this one before I go to bed. I'll just watch this one before I go out for a walk with the dogs. Whatever it is. If you want to go out for a walk, buy a dog. I'm telling you. If you want to get fit, buy a dog. Buy a fucking border collie or a hunting dog. That'll get you fit. But commit to obviously taking it out for a walk. Never done so many steps in my life. And those people with dogs, proper active dogs, know what I'm talking about. Don't just walk to the park and fucking fling. Go for a 5-6 mile walk. Remove your distractions. Put things away. Make things difficult. Set yourself up rewards. Yeah, once you've done that thing, reward yourself with small little rewards. Have a brew, whatever it is. Nice little rewards. Do what it is you need to do before going home. So you've done your day's work, you drive, the gyms aren't open or whatever. So what? The gym's full, you can't get to the gym. So what? Put your trainers on and go for a walk. It doesn't even have to be a run. The days of fucking running miles might be over. If you're 50 and you're overweight, the last thing you want to be doing is running. You don't want to be pounding the fucking streets. I've just been speaking to Jan today. Coming up to 50. 25, 30 kilos overweight. Last thing he wants to be doing is fucking running 5k. His knees are going to go in no time. You're going to pop your hamstring. You're going to develop a bad back. You're going to blame it on running. Got nothing to do with running. And losing weight like and getting fit's a bad idea. No, it's not a bad idea. It's a great idea. Just don't fucking try and run a marathon before you can walk around the block. You're not 25 anymore. Sometimes it hurts to know the truth, guys. And if you do want to do things like Mandalorian, then or watch TV or play video games or sit down and have a drink, say for yourself, right, I'm going to have a glass of wine. 200 calories, 250 calories. Well, an hour's walk is about 400 calories. If I go for an hour's walk, I can have a glass of wine. Now, I don't like to get in the game of trading exercise off for food and nutrition because you can never burn off enough to eat all the stuff you think you want to get away with. Yeah, so I don't like playing that game. But if that's the way you want to do it and if it works for you, then fine, go for it. Because it's not one size fits all. But allow yourself certain times of the day. Right, when I've done my work, and the kids are in bed, between the hours of 8 and 9 o'clock, I'm going to watch Coronation Street. 2 episodes. But that's it. But again, that's the discipline built up over time. People turn Wi-Fi off with the kids. If you might do it. You might have Wi-Fi on at certain times so your kids out until fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. You're setting them conditions. Set yourself the same conditions, just under a different circumstance. Yeah, you know what you're doing. You do it to other people. You probably do it at work. If you own a business, you do it with your employees. So the question is, why aren't you doing it yourself? What is it? Why are you giving yourself get out clauses? Why are you giving yourself fucking excuses? And you know it deep down to be true. So you've got to set yourself standards. You've got to set yourself rewards. Don't try to be perfect. Don't kick yourself in the nuts just because you don't succeed. We all mess up. You're not trying to be perfect. You're just trying to be better. Think of it like a high jump. I love this analogy. High jump analogy. You set the bar at 1 metre. You clear that. You go for 110. You clear that. You go for 120. You clear that. And you just keep going. And when you get to the bar and the standard that you can't clear anymore, then you have to start figuring out what you have to do to get that next level. Yeah, it's like Donkey Kong as a kid. You know what I mean? You keep bouncing around, jumping over fucking hurdles, barrels, flying arrows, flying whatever, trying to kiss the girl at the top, and you've got this monster throwing things down at you, and you've got to bounce around, climb up ladders, and get to the next level. You get to the next level, you've got another set of challenges. Every time you get to the next level, it gets harder, the things get faster, the challenges get harder. You're always going to have problems. You're always going to have problems, you're always going to have issues. It doesn't change. The more money you make, you just get more problems. You pay more tax. The more staff you employ, you got more responsibility. You got bigger headaches. Yeah, you're always going to have headaches, no matter where you are. So why not just learn to adapt and overcome and tackle them? And the strategies you can use are the same all the time. Yeah. So in review, motivation. I'll just quickly go over it, guys. You've got to have a reason why. You've got to have a burning desire and why it is you want to be doing it. Generally, if you're a dad, your kids is a great one. If you're not a dad, then, and your kids are grown up or whatever, then your own personal ego. There's nothing wrong with having vanity. There's nothing wrong with being vain and wanting to look in the mirror and go, do you know what? You look all right. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. If that's the thing that fucking moves you forward, then go for it. Don't hide it as a bad thing. Be enthusiastic about the thing you're going to do. And if you can't get enthusiastic about the thing you're going to do, get enthusiastic about the thing that allows you to do. I've got passion for standing up in front of you guys and doing this, but I don't like doing the research before it. That bores the shit out of me. But I know if I don't do the research, I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys are going to call me out as a wanker, and I'm going to be a fool, and I'm not going to, nobody's going to listen to me. So create that vision. Yep. Give yourself rewards and get people to hold you accountable. Your peer group, mentors, coaches, deadlines, dates. I run a 90-day program. 90-day program's good because it's got a deadline on it. I'm a coach. I hold people accountable. I have coaches. I've got a business coach. I've got a fitness coach. I've got a mindset coach. Yeah, help me out massively. Willpower. Think of it as a battery. You start the day with 100%. It drains down the more decisions you make. You can make less decisions by having a plan. Have a plan. Have a program. It can be fluid. Things can change. We accept that. Don't try and spin all the plates. Develop strategies so that if this happens, if you eat that thing, or you're about to go and eat that thing, or go and drink that thing you don't want to drink or eat, then ask yourself these questions, those strategies. If you want those 4 questions, let me know, DM me, and I will send them over to you if you can't remember them and you didn't write them down. And then blackmail yourself. Yeah, literally blackmail yourself if you need to. It works for me. And then lastly, procrastination. It's an emotional thing. You're going to procrastinate. But the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. And you can flip that around. Just like being happy, angry. Yeah. If you accept there is one positive emotion or negative emotion, you must accept that there's the flip side as well. Yeah. Anxiety, excitement, same thing. Anxiety and excitement is the same thing. The only difference between the two is the way you look at it. It's a chemical reaction inside the body. The only thing that changes is the way you view the activity. You're either anxious about it because it scares you, or you're excited about it because you're looking forward to it. Same response inside the body. Don't beat yourself up. You're not perfect. Progress is the key. Perfection is your enemy. Set yourself standards. Yeah, control your environment. If you don't want to watch TV, don't be in the fucking room with the TV. If TV is your problem, put the TV away, whatever it is. If beer is your problem, don't have it in the house. I was having a chat with Stuart yesterday. He goes looking for food after tea. He's full. He knows he's full. He goes looking for food. What's going on there? He's bored. But because he knows there's food in cupboards, he goes looking for it. Well, take the chocolate out. Put it in a cupboard that you're not allowed in. Lock it away, whatever. Get the missus to hide it. Whilst you build the discipline to say no. Because there's going to be that build-up period, that ramp period. Right, guys. I'm going to call it a day. I rambled on for longer than what I was intending to. Thank you very much for your time. The audience actually grew, which is great to see. I think it's the most people I've had on a live, and it's probably the best day of the year so far. So everything was stacked against me, and I expected to have nobody on tonight, which is cool because 10 people showed up, at least 10 on at any one time. So the question is, what is your biggest takeaway from tonight? What are you going to work on? Yeah, and what do you need help with? If you need help with something, yeah, Ikram, there you go, 8 p.m, 8, whatever it is, 10 past 8, Ramadan, don't know how you do it, but you do. Well done. I could do it, but I've got no desire to do it. There's a classic example. We'll finish on that. Classic example. Just making this up on the fly, guys. Ramadan. So Muslims, they don't eat and drink during the day. Yeah, they don't eat and drink during the day at all. No fucking water, no food. And in summer, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, and it's hot. How do they do it? I couldn't do it. Religion. The motivation to do it, to appease their religion and feel cleansed and satisfied, pushes them to do it. You ask a fucking Christian, Church of England, to do Ramadan, cream in after a day, unless there was a bet involved. Cream in after a day. Why? Because there's no desire to do it. There's no payoff. There's no reward. Classic example. Plan the night before, work at it until it's done. And what happens if you don't succeed, Jonathan? Remember, don't beat yourself up, but great stuff. Great stuff. Right, guys, thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate your interaction. I appreciate the time you give me. I understand people are busy, you got children, you got lives, etc.